Welcome, and I'm JD, boom, with Pivot Point Investors. In today's show, we're talking about stimmy money. This stimulus money is flowing and it's crazy. It's crazy because I'm looking at social media. I'm talking to friends, family. I'm talking to all kind of people, man, and they're getting $1,400 if you qualify per person, $500-$600 per kid sometimes. So you're talking about getting $1,400 to $2,500, $3,000. That's a lot of money. So people are doing some incredible things. I'm hearing incredible things, and we're about financial literacy at the core with Pivot Point Investors. JD Boom cares about the people and how we spend our money because we are about wealth creation. We're about legacy building in all communities. So I'm just saying we're like really staunch on how we do, and we gotta raise our standard and do better. So I'm gonna give you an example of what I mean. So I'm gonna cover everything in 5 minutes or less, and these are gonna come to you more frequently, you know, throughout the weeks and the months, and then of course the years. But number one, wigs. I didn't know wigs were so expensive. I mean, I guess I haven't dealt with women that wear wigs, and forget the reason why you have a wig. I didn't know wigs cost $1,000 for a good wig or more. That $1,000 wig, you can wash it when you want, you can do what you want to it, all this great stuff that, you know, different women have told me, right? And it only lasts 4 to 5, 6 months, maybe 9 months. $1,000 for a 9-month wig? So what's the alternative to that? Like, what did that wig do for you? Typically, wealthy individuals throughout history have put their money into assets that will make them passive income over time and pay for themselves. They're generating cash continuously. Whether you're rich or wealthy, whatever your litmus test is, the barometer, they purchase assets that will create some type of cash flow, some kind of income for them, some kind of money, right? Some kind of appreciation. So I got to thinking, what would be a good equivalent that you could put money in, that $1,000 from your stimulus money? And I thought about Revlon Inc. And Revlon Inc., that stock, it trades on the New York Stock Exchange. It's about $11.50 a share right now. They had a Q4, so quarter 4 of last year, 2020, where their earnings per share, they beat it. So over 335%. It's incredible. But imagine, because women they didn't make their faces up going to work because they were working at home, so Revlon took a dip because of the pandemic. But that's a reopening stock because people are going to be wanting to get dressed up, get fly, and get back out there. So Revlon is something that you could have put $1,000 in, and that $1,000 could double, triple, quadruple, you never know. So, but even if it made you enough money to where it made money, you could take your $1,000 out and still buy that wig, it was worth it. I'll give you one more. Sony. So I saw somebody else, they want to buy their son a PlayStation 5. They didn't buy it before. Cool, I understand, I get it. Sony's stock ticker is SNE. Their revenue, December 2020, was $2.7 trillion. That's a lot of money. Current stock price is $102.35. Why not take the $500 you were going to put in a PlayStation and then put it into Sony stock? Because then you get the music division, you get the movie division, you get the electronics division, you get them all, the gaming division. So why not put it in for a quarter? There are 4 quarters in a year, and you put in one of the 4 quarters. You just decide, okay, these 3 months I'm going to devote to X. 4 quarters in a year, 3 months per quarter. 3 times 4 is 12 full months for the year. Why not devote it to a quarter, 3 months, and just say, hey, I'm gonna park this money and see what it does. How can it hurt you? Because then you can turn around and say, hey, you can still take the money out you want to do something with. By and large, these stocks, unless it's World War III or something crazy come up like the pandemic, not just gonna bottom out. So you can put the money somewhere in an asset, see what it does. And then after 3 months, maybe you'll have more than what you had beforehand, and then boom, you can go and put it and take the money out, and then you still got money working for you. That's how they do it. Last thing, Jordan. My whole thing is this. Why not take the $200 you're gonna put in a pair of Jordans that if somebody stepped on them, you'll be mad. They crease them, they scuff them. Why not take that money and put it in Nike stock? Nike stock had an incredible year last year. What really is important is the $10.36 billion in revenue Nike made in 1 quarter. So that just tells you where it is from that standpoint. And I'll say this, wrapping up. I give you 3 scenarios where people are spending money and they're getting nothing in return, right? My challenge to you all is let's do something different in 2021. Let's purchase some assets that can bring us some income, some passive income. That we're not having to fight, we're not having to break our back to make, we're not having to cook in 100-degree heat when it's hot outside. That we can just put money somewhere and it makes us money, and then we can go make money and still purchase the item we want to purchase. So it's just a different way of thinking. So I'm challenging y'all to think a little bit different. Now, as always, I'm JD, boom, with Pivot Point Investors, and I want to thank you for joining.